beautiful place on this planet. Hello, my name is Leanna, and I am an American citizen who is now living in Norway. I moved here about a year and a half ago. I married a Norwegian, which is why I chose to come here. And it's been an amazing, difficult, wonderful lifetime experience, and I would just really like to share it with you all. Today I would like to talk about some of the things that I really have enjoyed about living here in Norway. So my favorite thing about Norway is probably the landscape. I've always described Norway to people as like stepping into a storybook. It is filled with beautiful forests, tall trees as far as the eye can see. Some parts of Norway is filled with mountainous fjords, lots of beautiful crystal clear water, waterfalls, just so beautiful I can't even put it into words. So yeah, the landscape and the people here are very in tune with nature, which I think is super cool. They're all very healthy, or at least the majority of Norwegians are extremely healthy. They are very active. They like to go camping and hiking, and most of their activities are spent outdoors. Even when it's cold, you will find some Norwegians going hiking when it's cold. So yeah, that's probably been my number one thing that I just adore about Norway. And I come from a place that's very hot and like all year round in Texas, where I was born and raised. It's hot, except for maybe a little tiny month in the winter time and during the fall, but you're talking 1 or 2 days of snow versus, 2 or 3 to 6 months in Norway. So the climate is also another thing that I really like about Norway, even though that's probably not popular opinion. Most people like the warm. I'm actually very happy to escape it. And speaking of healthy lifestyles, another thing that has been so good for my own health has been I don't eat as much fast food here in Norway because it's just not really a thing. Everybody mostly cooks at home. Going out to eat here can be quite expensive, and it's just not something that they do. I don't know. It's just not important to them. They would rather be at home with their families, cooking and enjoying a meal together. So I really adore that concept, and I really am so glad that I've also adopted that lifestyle because it has been immeasurably good for my own health. So yeah, awesome. Thanks, Norway. And another thing about Norway that's pretty cool is they have like a very relaxed pace to life. I mean, they are very hardworking here, but on the other hand, they don't take work too seriously. Work is not the integral focus to their lives. It's usually more about family and having quality time. So a lot of people have jobs that end at like 4 or 5 o'clock and they don't have to work weekends. Not everyone, of course, because you always have those service jobs. I myself am in a service job where I work after hours and on the weekends, but that's okay because they get lots of benefits here that I didn't have in the States. For example, you get lots of vacation here. Like, it's just ridiculous the amount of vacation that is taken here. And there's a lot of different holidays that are observed throughout the year. So, yeah, Norwegians have really got the whole family-oriented lifestyle thing figured out. And I think that's something they can be very proud of. They also have a lot of cozy little traditions, you know, especially during Christmas, Yule. They have the julenissen, they have julebrus, they have glug. I'm trying to think of all the things. They have a lot of really interesting fairy tales that are taught to children about trolls, and it sounds like it might be a little bit scary, but it's, I don't know, it's really, maybe as an outsider looking in, it's a bit strange, but I just find it very fascinating. And that brings me to the next thing that's been really cool for me about moving to any other country, really, where the language is different. Learning a new language. You know, it's been really fun and fascinating to play with that kind of part of my brain, the language part of my brain. I think I've always had a little bit of language ability or skills. I don't know what you want to call it, but so it might be a little bit easier for someone like me, but I mean, I really haven't gotten super fluent at the language. I've just put out just enough effort to get myself around. But I have gotten pretty far in the year and a half that I've been here. I'm at level A2 of the language, and the level that they would consider you to be fluent at would be B2. It's A1, A2, B1, B2. Anyway, they have this class called nicest. It's the class that all immigrants are required to take. You have a duty and a right to take it, and believe me, they will drill that into your head. And it's just so important. It really is. It's really made a world of difference for me. When I first arrived here, I was really shy and just, I'm an introverted person to begin with, okay? But I was extremely afraid to just even talk to anybody when I first got here. So what nicest did for me was it gave me the ability to just be able to go to the grocery store by myself and say hi, you know? Or, you know, just get my basic needs met. So it's really important, and it gets you a long way. Like, everybody in this country already knows English, so if you come here, even if you're just visiting, you're gonna be fine, but you're gonna have a much more pleasant experience if you're able to at least communicate a few things to them. And it also just means so much, right? It's like it's a showing of respect to the culture that you gave a little bit of effort to try and understand who they are and communicate with them, because not everyone is comfortable with speaking English just because they can. Just like I can speak Norwegian, but not always comfortable with it because, yeah, it's a tough language to learn. So yeah, those are just a few things that I really, really enjoy about living here. There's so much more, but maybe I'll save those for another video. Just please, everyone, let me know what you think. Do you want to hear more? What's some ideas that you might have for some future videos is there anything you'd like to know about? And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe. It really helps me out if you want to see more. And everyone have a lovely day. Bye-bye.